to and what particular agencies and boards he has taken aim at, we can really start to see a pattern of how all of these things intersect with his own personal financial interests, and really more importantly, and to the point, his interest in consolidating power. So one of the most obvious examples is the CFPB, that's the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Elon is trying to position Twitter as an everything app. He just signed a deal with Visa that would allow it to be a payment processor, and as a payment processor was about to be regulated by the CFPB.
Do you understand what she just said? Do you understand what she just said? Elon's trying to make X the everything app, so he wants to be able to process financial transactions. Once he made this deal with Visa, once that deal goes into effect and he can process financial payments, all of a sudden he's regulated by the CFPB. He don't want that because he knows they're going to find dirt. Man, this is the most corrupt administration in modern American history, and it's not even particularly close. It's not close. I mean, you want to talk about a rank conflict of interest for the guy who's taking an axe to our government agencies, the ones that protect us.
Well, that agency has now been gutted. They've announced they're doing no more enforcement, no more rulemaking. Everything is on hold. And guess what? Now, those payment processors not going to be regulated by the CFPB.
Another thing about the CFPB, they were the ones who were going to enforce that your medical debt is no longer going to hurt you on your credit report. That was a Biden rule, just signed, was going to go into effect. The CFPB is going to carry it out. Trump killed that rule. And of course, as I just said, the CFPB has been destroyed. So now, your medical debt will count against you on your credit report. Name me anybody who's dumb enough to be like, yeah, I agree with that. Your medical debt should hurt you on your credit report. Like, we're talking about, we make these minor incremental steps under Democrats in the right direction, right? Like, this was a good policy. Really, I'd like all the medical debt wiped away. And they were going to wipe away, I believe, $49 billion worth of medical debts. That's good, right? I would like it all gone. But we take a little step in the right direction. Republicans immediately come in, destroy it all. Trump rolls back everything that's half decent. And here's Elon Musk going above and beyond and just destroying the agency completely, the best government agency we have.
Of course, Elon has taken aim at the USAID. They're effectively gutted at this point. Just so happens they were investigating Starlink, of course, another Elon product, their use in Ukraine. But that also is not all. The National Labor Relations Board, so they've gone after Elon for all sorts of behavior. They regulate workers' ability to organize. They make decisions when there's a dispute between the companies and between the workers. Elon is a famous union buster, strike buster. They've gone after him for retaliating against workers. He sued them, claiming, without much standing, but claiming that the entire board is unconstitutional and trying to dismantle the whole thing. Well, now the National Labor Relations Board has been gutted, and they're not even defending themselves in that lawsuit that Elon Musk's companies have brought against the National Labor Relations Board. The Federal Aviation Administration, also Elon has taken aim at. Well, lo and behold, they have investigated him over illegal rocket launches over at SpaceX. Department of Labor was investigating him for allegations of workplace discrimination, including some truly horrific allegations, use of the N-word in the workplace, nooses were somehow involved. Well, lo and behold, the specific department called the Office of Federal Contract Compliance Programs that was looking into these allegations, well, Trump signed an executive order completely dismantling the whole thing, so guess he's off the hook for that.
Are you beginning to understand the depths of the depravity here and how far this has gone? Are you beginning to understand that? That all Elon Musk and Donald Trump are working on is the agenda of the robber barons and the oligarchs and the billionaires and the kleptocrats? Do you understand now that they don't give the single slightest solitary fuck about any of you?
But that's not all. He also looks set to be able to increase the amount that he profits off of taxpayer dollars. He's already gotten some $15 billion into his companies over the years from the federal government, courtesy of you and me, the American taxpayer. Well, he's going to be able to increase that, astronomically. So he's already gotten installed as Air Force Secretary, this guy who had previously greased the skids and effectively rigged the contract process so that SpaceX could get these incredibly lucrative federal government contracts.
So do you understand what she's saying there? That as he's slashing everything left and right, NLRB, CFPB, USAID, Head Start program, this, that, he's slashing everything in sight. But for himself, he's going to take more government money. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. This guy is a criminal on steroids. I've never seen a more obvious criminal in my life.
So there's a lot going on here, but the bottom line is this. Elon Musk is the richest person on the planet. He already has extraordinary power. He is claiming and consolidating even more power. And his goal is not efficiency. It's not some noble, small government, small c conservative type of enterprise. He wants to strip the government down so that it cannot compete with him and his power. So it cannot stand in the way of him doing whatever he wants to do. We know from the way he's run his companies that he doesn't care about the law. He will just operate the way he wants to. And the only entity that could really push back was previously the federal government of the United States of America. Elon Musk is hell-bent on making sure that his power will be absolute.
Any media outlet that's describing what Elon is doing as he's going after waste, fraud, and abuse, he's trying to make government more efficient. Any news outlet that says that, immediately disregard them, never listen to them again. That is a lie. They are lying to you. The idea that this is like a post-ideological concern, it's like apolitical above the fray. He's just looking for waste. He's not just looking for waste. Look at the programs that they've destroyed. Look at the money that they're cutting. Look at what he did to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. That agency gets way more money returned to the government than it costs to run it. And it also returned $20 billion to Americans who were defrauded by big financial institutions. Across the board, this agency is a winner. It's got nothing to do with efficiency and waste, fraud, and abuse. No, it is an anti-government fundamentalist ideological crusade and a corruption crusade for him and his robber baron buddies. Oh my God. All right, but I told you guys that the good news is some of his people are waking up. Some of his people are turning on him, right? So look at this. This guy, Brian Armstrong here, let's see who this is. Let's see who this is. Co-founder and CEO at Coinbase. Okay, co-founder and CEO at Coinbase. So he comes out and says to Elon Musk, when Elon says, CFPB, rest in peace, he says, 100% the right call. The CFPB is unconstitutional on the face of it. And even if it wasn't, it should be deleted, as we already have the DOJ to prosecute fraud and many other financial services regulators. It's an activist organization that has done enormous harm to this country. Okay, so first of all, the community note lays out it's actually not true that it's unconstitutional. In fact, the Supreme Court said the exact opposite. But the more important point, right? Why is the head of Coinbase saying this? Oh, I don't know. Thanks whoever told me to submit a CFPB complaint. Been waiting 1 year for my issue, submitted the complaint, wasted 15 minutes on it, and 14 days later, everything is perfectly resolved. I also closed my Coinbase account. Bye, Coinbase. So in other words, Coinbase was taking advantage of these people, exploiting these people. Their process to redress a grievance is fucking horrible. And so this person had to go to the CFPB, and the CFPB fixed it and got them their money back. More. This is on the Coinbase Reddit. Complained to the CFPB and had results. Hello, everyone. Just wanted to confirm that if you have nothing to hide, crack on with complaining to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, providing timestamps and all information surrounding your contact with Coinbase. 3 days ago, I complained to the CFPB about my treatment and locked funds. Out of nowhere today, I was suddenly allowed to send all of it out of Coinbase with no restrictions. I am hoping I can keep my account, but at least the crypto is now safe and under a better custodian. Shame on you, Coinbase, for your shoddy support and slow compliance team. Coinbase pretty much stole my Bitcoin. I'm incredibly frustrated with Coinbase right now. About 3 weeks ago, I sent some Bitcoin from my hardware wallet to my Coinbase wallet. The transaction has over 1.2K confirmations on the blockchain, but on Coinbase, it's still marked pending. I've contacted their support team 3 times already. Each time they tell me their technicians will blah, 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 blah. Anyway, this guy goes on to explain, I contacted the CFPB, and they fixed the issue immediately. So if you want to know why the CEO of Coinbase is happy that the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau is going away, is because the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau held his ass accountable. It held his ass accountable. Somebody sent this video to Joe Rogan as he sat there while another robber baron billionaire lied to his face relentlessly about how horrible Elizabeth Warren's agency was, the CFPB. It's one of the best government agencies we have. What a rube, falling for billionaire propaganda right in front of his face. All right, but I'm not done. Told you Elon's people were waking up. Ready? So Elon tweeted, CFPB, rest in peace. Look at this. What's wrong with the CFPB? They actually got consumers wins. And here's an article. CFPB announces return of $1.8 billion in illegal junk fees to 4.3 million Americans harmed in massive credit repair scheme. So here's one person who presumably likes Elon going, what the fuck? Why are you going against the CFPB? More. What is the deal with the CFPB? I'm genuinely curious, Elon Musk. As a normal guy, can you please respond and tell me? I assumed it was created for our protection. I've used the CFPB after my bank was giving me the runaround and I had a bunch of fraud charges that they wouldn't refund me. After telling me they found them as fraudulent, within a week I had my money back. So explain to me how this doesn't benefit us as Americans. This one just really baffles me, and I'd love an actual explanation. Another Elon fan be like, whoa, CFPB? That's one of the good government agencies. What are you doing? Ain't no waste, fraud, and abuse. They're helping Americans out on a daily basis. More. CFPB, rest in peace.